Welcome back, guys. Back in the rut hut, as you can see. Don't worry, I'm not headed on any long road trips or anything. I just wanted to come back, reflect on the journey, the lessons that I learned, some setbacks that we faced, some never before seen footage of some problems along the road trip that I wanted to show y'all, and some lessons that I learned, and some tips that I wish I knew before we would have left. Now, some problems that we faced along the road was, we were up in Utah setting up shop for the second tournament, and we go up this steep hill with like a pretty big incline. Like, it was honestly probably like that much of an incline. And our little water tank, it's got like a little piece to it that kind of hangs out from the water tank, which hangs pretty low. And we didn't know it, but that hill ended up being pretty dang steep, and it loosened up that part. And as we drove, that part came loose, and a whole bunch of water ended up spilling out. Actually, let's just run the clip.
What happened? Dude, it must have been when we went down that tournament champs, that steep ass hill.
Yeah, it probably was that. Is that where you found this?
No, I found this like halfway up the road. That's where it started leaking. But I mean, look at the top fell off. The water's leaking everywhere.
I mean, it feels like there's something else right here.
Yeah.
Maybe this just scraped against the ground.
Yeah, which might assist
up.
up. And...
Can you shine the light down on this? Do you think it just popped?
Yeah, it fits in like that because I remember that thing be able to go down.
So should I just...
Yeah, we try it. Please get this thing to work.
Oh.
After an 8.5-hour drive, now dealing with this. I mean, it looks like it holds. We could deal with this tomorrow. I mean, dripping is better than pouring.
Go check how much water we got left.
Oh, sheesh. Not what we want to hear. 2/3. We lost a third. Lost a third. So, sucks, but not the worst.
You see, kind of a big problem. A lot of our water was spilling out. We ended up losing a third of our water. It could have very easily turned out to all our water being gone. But we didn't panic. We took the problem one step at a time. My brother took the initiative, put his hand under the water, and just stopped it. We knew the part was close by. We thought about it, and we were like, hey, we went up that pretty steep hill. Maybe that loosened it up. And as you can see, I found the part, chilling in the middle of the road. And we took that problem one step at a time. Instead of letting the water pour out and in shock, we just took it one step at a time. He put his hand there to stop it. I went and found the part, ended up finding it pretty easily. Came back. We tried a couple of different things. We tried duct taping, it didn't work. We tried putting some other things in there, it didn't work. But we found the part, put it back in there, and just like that, that very difficult problem, well, what it seemed like very difficult, was super easy. We didn't panic. We reacted fast, and we got the job done. You see, in RVing, problems are gonna come up, good and bad. Whether you like it or not, they're gonna come up. You're traveling a very far distance on roads that sometimes are good, sometimes are bad. And like what you saw, you can react to a problem a lot of different ways. You can panic, start worrying, start stressing yourself out, and let the problem take over you. Or you can take it one step at a time, turn that big problem into little manageable tasks, and get that problem solved, and you can control the problem. Exactly what we did. So my biggest tip is when problems start occurring, take it one step at a time. If you feel yourself to start panic, take a deep breath. Give yourself little words of encouragement, like you got this. I can do this. Just the little things like that can go a long way. And just breaking that big problem into little manageable tasks and retracing your steps also helps a ton. You see, when that happened, we didn't stress out, we didn't bug out, we didn't start calling our dad saying, Dad, help us, help us. Like, what is he gonna do? He's all the way in Texas and we're up in Utah. Like, this is our problem and we gotta face it. I loved how we handled that situation. The second problem that we ran into, on the way back from Utah, at the tippy tip of Utah, coming back to Texas, Austin, Texas. We were driving back, first 8 hours smooth, relaxing, listening to some really good podcasts. And after each stop, one thing that I took initiative was just taking a quick little lap of the RV. You know, we're traveling a heck of a lot of distance. So just taking that extra second just to go around the RV just to check that there aren't any problems goes a long, long way. It's the little things. Finding things early before it becomes a huge problem. Exactly what happened to us. 8 hours into the trip, like around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, in between like Utah and Colorado border, we ran into an issue. Roll the clip. On the way back home from the long journey of this roadie, and thankfully
Got a little tumor.
we stopped and this thing wasn't worse. Of course, not ideal to be changing a tire at midnight, but gotta look at the positive. Hey, at least we broke down at a gas station, lit up, tire still good, RV still runs, everything else good. Just got a little bump in the road. Hey, that's nothing. Let's change this thing.
Yeah, and got a brand new tire to put it on.
Updates. Battled this tire. Like, you don't want to be here. You don't want to be caught here lacking at 12 o'clock in the morning.
12:30 now.
12:30 now, even worse. But we out here battling. Just got this thing off. Step 2, time to get the jack up. We get in there, boys. Things are looking up. Let's hope, let's hope, let's hope. Back, baby. For some of y'all that thought that was the end of us in the last clip, don't worry, battery just died. We're back, we're back. Got the backup quarterback in, starter, para la casa. We're getting this baby back on, vamos, back on the road. 10, 15 minutes, let's go. In business, baby. What a grind. Rain started.
Yep.
God saying, good work, boys. Still got a long way to go. You see, me taking that extra 1 second to do that little lap, I ended up finding that kind of hole. My brother and I ended up calling it like a little tumor on that tire. And we ended up finding out was that issue could have very easily led to a blowout. And blowing out in the middle of the road would have been a huge, huge issue. And we probably wouldn't have been able to come back home. So you see, me taking that extra couple seconds to walk around, I ended up spotting that problem super, super early. And we ended up fixing it. And you saw, we're not mechanics. We're no experts. It's our first time in this thing. I didn't even know how to change a tire in an RV. But we took that big obstacle into little manageable tasks. We hopped on YouTube. How to change an RV tire. Oh, okay. Loosen up the lug nuts. Jack it up. Take the tire out. Put the new one on there. Tighten the thing up. And then you're back on the road. Just like that. So tip number 2. Attention to detail. Take that extra second. Walk around your RV. Make sure everything's fine. Especially when you get gas. Check on the mirrors. Maybe roll the windows down just to make sure you can hear, hey, everything's fine. And that's exactly what we did. You know, we're not experts at this by all means, but we were ready to attack any issue. So I really hope you all enjoyed this journey. Any RVers out there, I wish you luck on your next journey. It's been really fun talking to y'all. Hope you all enjoy.